Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew Riccardi, and I would like to present this video debating whether or not algae biofuel is better or worse than fossil fuels. In today's environmental and economical landscape, there are many types of fuels that can be used. One of the biggest issues with all the types of fuels is the harmful effects of carbon dioxide being released into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a type of greenhouse gas. Traditional fossil fuels are good because they're large amounts and relative low cost. Algae biofuels are good because of the quick turnaround in resources and very low carbon dioxide emissions. Algae biofuel is a better choice because it eliminates a lot of carbon dioxide pollution in the atmosphere. In addition, algae biofuel is a naturally regenerative resource, which fossil fuels are not. Algae biofuel is the newest form of energy available. Algae only uses salt water, air, and sunlight to be made. This makes the fuel much easier to produce. In addition, we will never run out of these resources since it is regenerative energy, which makes algae biofuel the most reliable and also the smarter choice. Algae absorbs and uses large amounts of CO2, which is carbon dioxide, while forming during the photosynthesis process. During this process, algae releases O2, which is oxygen, which is much less harmful than CO2. Algae produces almost about half as much greenhouse gas as petroleum. It is also much higher energy per acre than other biofuels. In addition, it can be grown on land unsuitable for other types of agriculture. Algae is as effective as gasoline and also will be the next gasoline, petroleum, jet fuel, and ethanol. Algae produces about 50% biofuel with essentially no carbon neutral combustion, which means it emits almost close to no carbon dioxide. Research has been underway for this fuel for the past 50 years with massive amounts of testing to ensure that it is a safer and more sustainable form of energy. Algae-based biofuels feedstocks don't compete with food supplies. This avoids the worst second-order effect of traditional corn-based biofuel, where food supply has been controlled even distributed. Like we said before, algae only needs sunlight, salt water, and air, which is one of the biggest upsides of this fuel. Also, you can make ponds specifically for the algae production in any land otherwise unusable. Coal, oil, and natural gases are all abundant all around the world. These resources are also very easy to find and convert into energy. They are also very cheap to use because of the abundance of them. People have been using fossil fuels for thousands and thousands of years and are under the impression that they will never run out. One of the biggest mistakes that proponents of fossil fuels will make is that they assume the resource would never run out. It actually takes 24,000 years for some of these fossil fuels to be created, but meanwhile, algae only takes about 24 hours to reproduce. In addition, fossil fuels are very harmful to our environment, specifically our atmosphere. The pollution levels that are emitted from the equipment using these fossil fuels are astonishingly high. If people continue to use fossil fuels at the same rate, many of the infinite fossil fuels would disappear. An idea for a cleaner and safer place to live would be to convert the night middle school buses from fossil fuels to algae biofuel. This will reduce the amount of greenhouse gases that are emitted to the ozone layer. This proposal will be presented to Mr. Turner, Mr. Shett, and Dr. Masson and his team. With this project, one of the many pros is that the biofuel does not require you to buy any new parts for your vehicle. Therefore, Nyack Middle School will essentially have zero new costs to running on the new fuel, which is a huge advantage. Subsequently, with the cost of using biofuel could be as low as 50% of crude oil or fossil fuels. Currently, Nyack spends around $2.4 million a year for transportation. With this new fuel, that number could become as low as $1.2 million, a saving of over $1 million a year, which over the course of 10 years could save the school around $12 million. Algae biofuel does not cause any short or long-term damage to your engine. Another pro to using the biofuel is that it will flow through your existing pipelines with ease. There will be no need to change the pipeline infrastructure since the biofuel would be similar to fossil fuels, gasoline, in the sense of viscosity. In the beginning stage of this project, we will only be putting the biofuel into the transportation aspect, such as buses and vans for students. In the future, our project plans are to supply biofuel to not only buses and vans, but all transportation such as cars, airplanes, and even supplying energy to power all the electricity for Nyack Middle School and heating the building in the winter. In conclusion, algae-based biofuel is a promising energy source that is almost ready to be used by the mass population for daily use such as transportation and energy. And issues can be addressed using marginal land such as areas that are unsuitable for other crops or areas that are otherwise unusable. Algae biofuel will obviously need a lot of land for it to be large enough to feed the needs for electricity and other forms of energy of an entire population. But because of the minimum restraints on production, it can easily be done. It also may include some higher prices at first, but it will help save and protect our environment. Another huge positive impact is that there will be absolutely no waste during the production of biofuel. It will either become fuel or it will become food for fish in forms of algae. That concludes this presentation on algae biofuels. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the video as well as learned the major benefits of switching to biofuels. Once again, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
This is how we do it. This is